What's up, you guys? It's the son of God named Miles. I wanted to get into a subject to that. It was pretty interesting that it came up recently with a discussion that I was having someone um, within the comment section of a video that I had, and I think that this is such a important factor that is within everyone's walk that they need to do. And this is what I know that I had done this very early on in my walk, and it's what got me to the beliefs and the direction that I have, and why I believe in what I believe, right? And obviously, a part of the reason I believe what I believe is reading in what is in Scripture, obviously. But I asked God and Jesus, the God and Jesus that I know, I need to understand what Scripture means and what all this stuff means, and my reliance can realistically come from you guys, because there's so much confusion within this world, within denominations, teachers, people on YouTube, all this different stuff. It's rampant everywhere, and I knew that the only way that I can get what I truly need to get on this narrow path was it had to come from them, right? And one of the things that Jesus says, right, and how you discover the true way, the true doctrine, and all these different things that you should be building upon within your faith and understanding, right? It starts with them, and then begin to Scripture, and reread, that He is the vine and we are the branches. Our Father, who is God, He is the gardener, right? But we must remain in the vine in order to become a branch that does not wither. And many people have withered. People who don't even know. But I've been a withering branch way back in my past life, I believe, in so many different aspects that people don't even understand. But what I was going to say was, a part of what he means to remain in the vine, right, is when you're trying to figure out doctrine and the true faith and stuff like that, that's supposed to happen, is go to Jesus and what He says, and you start building upon your faith, okay? And then to further get the explanation on what things mean, right, you start with Him, right? And then when you remain in Him, you remain with our Father too. But people won't really know what this means. But then you go to the branches, okay? And the branches are people like Paul, Peter, everything like that. All that different stuff, okay? They are the branches, okay? Or a branch can be, for example, the true understanding of what John means in John 1:1, that I don't think people are fully getting or grasping what it contextually it fully does mean, right? When it means the Word was God, and people are trying to figure this out. Start with Jesus, the vine, remain in Him, right? He becomes that living water and the bread that we eat, okay? The water and the bread is to give us true life, to give us true understanding, to know who we have within us from the Spirit, right? Basically, a lot of the things, when I've read John 14 through 17, for example, I'm remaining in what the vine says, not what the world says to me, okay? And then I go off maybe to the branches, the other people in Scripture, our true brothers, okay? And they expound on more things, and they give the experience of what is going on with them, and further explain things, Remain in the vine, and when you remain in the vine, it brings you then also ultimately, when we go the other way, to our Father, right? Remaining in the vine will let you know who the true God is. It will let you know that it's the Father, okay? So yeah, a lot of people, they go off into commentary, YouTube creators, all these people who are teachers and all this different stuff. and they're going to be led astray. And this is why I'm telling some of you guys, the ones who don't even like me, who think their ways for me, or for people who are misunderstanding or not sure what to believe in or trying to find a church, or they do think that they know what they believe in and all this different stuff, but everybody's not putting, one, their faith in that God and Jesus can show them, right? And two, they aren't making that a center point too of applying that and making that a big part for relying on it in Scripture. So the one thing that I can suggest for anybody, right, and I just wanted to keep this message, I guess, short and simple, okay? First, go to Jesus, okay? And his words of what, he says in the Gospels, okay? Start there. And when you start with what he specifically says, okay, then you go to our branches, okay, and that will begin to make more sense, okay? And when you do that too, he will make God known of who the true God is. It's his Father. It's our Father. And the one thing that I can say, a lot of people aren't going to like when I say this, but it's because you don't understand. You don't get it. If you have seen me, you have seen my Father. And if you have seen me, you have seen Jesus Christ. But you won't know what that means, because you never listened, or you're not listening. When I say that sentence, I do mean that. When you have seen me, you have seen my Father. And when you have seen me, you have seen Jesus. I hope and pray, and I have been praying for people, that they can finally understand what is going on and what the real truth is. So, good luck.